I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with a 3-minute cattle market update for Wednesday, May the 31st. We're moving into unofficial summers. We got past Memorial Weekend there, and summer's not historically a friendly part of the year to the fed cattle industry as in the market really as a whole, because it's oppressive heat. You get into those July and August days, are really hot. It's hard to keep the weight on the cattle. The cattle aren't doing the best. We usually have a lot of market ready supplies as we get into those months, and that's hard on the market. And going into your Memorial Weekend, the board didn't look too good. Live cattle futures on Friday down 245, which was a big hit on the August. Tuesday, after Monday being closed, Tuesday was up 90 to end the day on Tuesday at 119.85. Feeder cattle, Friday was down 417 on the board there, but then opened on Monday with a 297 gain, so getting a big part of that back. Ending on Tuesday at 149.92 on the August. May went off the board, of course, there before the weekend at 143.89. But surprising that your board opened the week higher on feeder cattle, that big gain there after kind of a bearish cattle on feed report. Your on feed inventories for May 1st, your actuals come in at 102% of last year, which was a percentage point larger than what the analysts had guessed it would be. They thought it would be a lot closer to 101. Your placements during April there, 111 to come in actual. Your estimate was 107, so that's fairly bearish there. And that bigger account for placements there, that was the reason that they missed the inventory for May 1st there, because they thought that the placements would be a lot lighter. Your marketings during April then come in higher, so that helps take a little bit of that bearishness away. It come in at 103 compared to your estimates, which were really 101.7 on the estimate of the analyst guess. Your weighted average on your fat cattle trade last week had 82,600 head in your 5-area feeding region. Your live steers averaged 131.50, which is a lot lower than everybody thought, because your Southern Plains market was established at 132, and then on Friday you had your Northern Plains, those that didn't sell dress, come in live price in the Northern Plains at 132.50, which accounted for a lot of the trade. But that goes to show you how many guys were trading at 130 and 131, and some of them for maybe a 2 or 3 week delivery there. But 131.50 was down 276 compared to the previous week. Your dress steers averaged 208.61, which was down 401. But a lot of talk over the holiday weekend there. Some more news come out about the corruption scandal in Brazil, which took just kind of a mom and pop type of slaughter facility there of JBS and turned it very quickly in just 10 years to the world's largest meat processor. But a lot of bribes and payoffs going on. It sounds like even paying off the inspectors to help them sell tainted meat, and then a lot of payoffs and bribes going in to getting enough money put together to go on a big purchase string of $20 billion worth of competitors, and really just buying out everybody that was against them, and moving into where they play a huge stake here in the United States too. But that was a big story that come over, and it remains to be seen what's going to come out of that, and they may not even get into any trouble. You never know what goes on over in those foreign countries. But you look at your feeder cattle market, real-time index, late Tuesday at 143.76, which was about what they closed on Monday, with very few sales Monday. Oklahoma City was closed, Joplin was closed. There may have been a few mom and pops here or a special sale, but really hardly any marketing at all of feeder cattle on Monday there. You come in a Tuesday, Oklahoma City, OKC West there at El Reno did have their calf sale on Tuesday, and they even had a light run, not quite 2,000 head. And hard to call the market there. The market reporters called a light test there and said, you know, you really couldn't tell what was going on. You look at your El Reno market report on Beef Market Central there, it looks to me like your heavier calves kind of had a higher trend, and your lighter weight calves kind of on the lower end. But just kind of hard to call a market that's usually so big, and they had a light run there of calves, which it just wasn't much going on, late on Friday, anything during the weekend, and then nothing Monday, and hard to get going on Tuesday. West Plains, Missouri at the Ozarks Regional Stockyards had about 3,100 head, and Dan Hill there, a friend of mine, reported the market unevenly steady there, but had spots of $5 higher, but also made a remark there that the run was not quite as high quality as what they'd had the week before. But you look at an individual quote on Tuesday, Bluegrass Stockyards of Richmond, Kentucky had a load of 837-pound steers sell at $154. That's 3 minutes. We'll talk to you on Friday.